Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome to my live stream. Thank you guys for joining me today. I sincerely apologize for coming late. This wasn't the usual time. I had planned to come in, but it is what it is. Okay. So let me make sure I am comfortably seated. All right. And as you come in, guys, please like this live stream for me, share as well, and invite your friends. Let's just wind down the weekend. I want to make sure I can hear myself clearly. Come on in. Come on in. Let's have this conversation. Welcome to my live stream. My name is Oyoyo. Thank you guys for joining me today. I am super. Okay. All right. I just finished making some delicacies. So I'm just trying to relax. Wow, I like the sound of that. How are you guys doing and how has your Sunday been? Welcome to my live stream. If you're meeting me for the first time, my name is Oyoyo, and thank you for joining me today. So today, I believe you've seen my title, and I believe you've seen my thumbnail. My title is talking about Nigerian courts use divorce proceeding to age out women. I've said this 2 years ago. I'm saying it again. And daddy freeze and wife wear adultery like a crown. Okay, what do I mean by that? 3 years ago, actually, that was when I started saying this. 3 years ago, when Edochie and May Edochie came to social media and everything, when Yul was calling out May was quiet, and eventually she made a statement she cannot be cajoled to polygamy. And when she filed for a divorce, I made several live streams about that, and I categorically said my experience many years ago as a young lawyer has still remained the same. Okay. And I shared my experience 3 years ago with May Edochie's issue. Now I'm talking about it again in 2024. And if I recall, I've been called to the bar for the past, last year was 20 years I was called to the bar. So this October will make it 21 years I've been called to Nigerian bar. And nothing has really changed in terms of divorce proceedings and men using that to age out women. You guys must have watched my previous video on Daddy Freeze and the wife. I think I'm having too much light from the windows here. Can you help me close them on? I'm looking like Oibo that I'm not. Please. Guys, give me, it's beginning. Yeah, better. It was too bright right on my face. Okay, I think it's better now. So welcome to my live stream. Welcome. As you come in, don't forget to like the live. For me, don't forget to share your opinion in the comment section. Okay, how has your Sunday been? I hope your Sunday has been great. Mine has been wonderful. I went to church and came back and I made some sumptuous meal that my kids are eating. I'm so jealous. I need to eat too, but that will be after this live stream. All right. So Daddy Freeze was found guilty of adultery and he was fined 5 million Nigerian currency. And that was years ago. He refused to pay those fines. And then the next thing he did was to go to Court of Appeal. And Court of Appeal sitting in Port Harcourt now upheld the judgment of the High Court of Port Harcourt, saying that Daddy Freeze should pay the sum of 5 million naira to the wife's ex-husband. And what was the man contesting for? Ask me again. A woman approached you that she's no longer interested. She can't continue to put up a face when she's deep down not happy, not fulfilled in a marriage. When you both had different sexual orientation, like she claimed. This woman made an interview with Linda Ikeji. I did in my last live stream. I told people to go Google it and find the interview. It was over 2 hours interview with Linda Ikeji Media at the time, 7 years ago. explaining her whole story, because this will not be the first time that the freeze has been accused of adultery and adultery fine. Remember, the case was decided years ago. They went to court of appeal. If you know Nigerian court process, it's not that you go to court of appeal today, you get heard. No, it takes a process. It takes time for them to hear your case. So finally, last month, they decided and upheld the judgment of the lower court. When I mean the lower court, the High Court of River State, and then saying that he should pay the fine, because at the time he was with the wife. Now they did not. The woman had not fully divorced from her husband, and the question is, according to Daddy Free's wife, Benita said they separated for 2 years, and after 2 years, she filed for a divorce. And the divorce passed year 1, 2 year, 3, 4, 5. The divorce actually went and studied medicine in Nigeria. I think it's MBBS, right? For 6 years. And the divorce after that went and did masters upon studying medicine, or maybe did a PhD for 3 years, making it 9 years. Now the divorce wants to come and do youth service. That I'm using the educational system of Nigeria for you guys to understand what I'm making reference to. This, when I say the Nigerian court divorce proceeding, is a process of aging out women. When I did court attachment years ago as a young law student, um, we had several cases of such. And one of the judges I was privileged to be under, Justice Oshodi. Honestly, God will continue to bless that man, because he's one of those judges that will not delay your case or will not pretend to support men. I don't know him personally. I only met him during our court process. After that, that was it. But I believe he's still in the Lagos judiciary, because I Googled him when all of these things started happening, and I saw his face there in all their judges. So the case was a case of 6 years divorce proceedings. And when he now was transferred to that Justice Oshodi's chambers, the man came to court and pleaded with the court, I still love my wife. Can you please give us adjournment? Let's see if we can settle. Then after, there was nothing else to be heard, because the case has been on and on and on and on for years. So the judge now said, okay, is that all you guys have to say? When the woman mounted the podium, the carpet, how is it said again? I don't know. I can't remember. To talk. When it was her turn, she told the court that she's been on this for 6 years. She has gone to the university. After she left her husband's home, she got admission and went back to school. Studied a 4 year without ASU strike, 5 years in the university, and she has graduated. That they have taken this case to the Archbishop of Catholic Archbishop in Lagos to help them resolve the case, to no avail. They even went to their village in the eastern Nigeria to resolve the case, to no avail. The Archbishop of their town, their state, also heard the case. Still, the man has refused to grant her divorce. That she pleaded the court, my honor. Imagine starting divorce before I got admission in the university and then finish university course, and now I am still talking about the same thing, that this man has refused to grant me divorce because his wishes were for me to grow old. And again, is the man I blessed with 4 children. 4 children that came out of that marriage. Does that sound like Benita and Daddy Free's story? Very similar. It sounds alike. Then, Justice Soto, I call him a guy man judge, okay, guy man. If you know it in guy man, he knows what's up. If he were to be a younger person now, you can call him a Gen Z judge. This guy looked at the file and that's okay. I'm giving you guys an adjournment and I want you guys back in 2 weeks. Then, the moment the judge stepped down and then went into his chambers, the man looked at the wife and said, nah, Paul. We were like, whoa, we were so surprised. So he was intentionally doing that. He has been doing that for years. But thank goodness for the likes of Justice Oshodi, because he said, if only they can have that kind of man, Justice Oshodi, as per the judges deciding divorce cases in Nigeria, will not be hearing all of this nonsense. He told the petitioner and the respondent, I give you guys 2 weeks. If there is no serious reason that you're still keeping this woman, you don't want her to move on with her life, I am granting the divorce on the next hearing. It's not the one you do adjournment for 20 years or 3 months or 6 months, 2 weeks, because they've been on this for 6 years. When May Edochie filed for divorce, I said it on my platform here, and I said it on Uju's talk show. I said, see, May will not have a problem. But the only problem that May will have is that you, Edochie, might become one of those Nigerian male that will use the court to make sure that May reaches 50 before they will grant her a divorce. That they should mark my word. It's not going to happen next year or even in months. What is going on now? I said that 3 years ago. They are still on it. Is either Yul Edochie is not appearing in court, or they are seeking for one adjournment or the other. That is their tactics. Now, why is Daddy Free's wife saying that she's going to wear adultery like a crown? Because if you were in her shoes, will you have done the same? Or will you have done anything different? The question I'm asking, this woman started a divorce proceeding 9 years, still in divorce proceeding, 10 years before it was granted. So if you were in her shoes, would you have gone into another relationship? I will tell you what I would do. If I were in her shoes, I will make sure I return the bride price. And once that is done, if I find love again, I will embrace it. For the fact that it did not work with one man doesn't mean that it will not work with another. And it's high time Nigerian women wake up the conscience of the courts so that they will start doing the right thing by them. Why am I saying this? I wish that the Freeze will use this opportunity to open the eyes of a lot of people. Hi, Justin, what are you doing here? Fine, it's playing out. Now, Daddy Freeze met this woman who was who was separated in divorce proceeding, because it takes forever to be divorced in Nigeria. And let me even share a conversation I had with my husband. I told my husband that divorce in Nigeria is like pulling tooth. He said, what kind of nonsense? That is not true. That divorce in America, because he's an American attorney, and he said, no, that you can go to court today and get your divorce the next day, unless if there is any contention, in the divorce, then it might take longer. However, it doesn't take too long. So I was trying to explain to him how it goes in Nigeria. It was difficult for him to believe it. If not that it was me or you're saying it, he wouldn't have believed it. But that was the case for Daddy Freeze. Daddy Freeze met this lady after she has long been away from her ex, and still the ex kept dragging them. I want to believe that someone is fueling this, especially because of Daddy Freeze. You guys know how controversial Daddy Freeze has been with the pastors. And if you really ask me truly, I don't want to believe it might even be the ex-husband doing it. Why? Because the story surrounding the divorce on his part is not palatable. It's not something any man will walk the street knowing that this is how people are perceiving you. So I want to believe it might even be some other people, sponsoring this newsprint and whatever. Because how can a big shot in the oil, Nigeria oil industry be associated with what? Gabriel. You understand? Because the lady did not pretend. She did not cover up things. She was not, will I say, diplomatic about it. She said it the way it was. This was the only reason why I asked. The sole reason, number one reason, then she had multiple reasons, but number one is because they have different sexual orientation. So think about it. So, what am I saying? If this man, I don't know if he's thinking, I just want to punish this woman. I just want to the more you're bringing this case, or the more you're reminding people that because of Gabriel and Agege, that was why this woman left you. Let's be honest with ourselves. There is no point dragging this. You finally got your divorce. You finally the court finally granted the divorce. But the woman and her new husband refused to pay the 5 million adultery fine. But come to think about it, Yule Edochie is in court for 100 million adultery charge. 100 million. That's what May sought from the court. May is an exceptionally a kind person, not to have gone for bigamy. Because the reason is that May was still married, and they are still as per married because they are not divorced. While Yule had gone ahead, married Judy, started making babies, and the next thing we heard was that they were not married. Yule came and said they were not married in the court document, that he has never been married, remarried to anybody, that he's still married to May. He said that in the court document to make the court look as if, okay, fine, you cannot prove that I got married to another lady, but they're already making babies. And he said in the court document that they are just making skits. So his wife, the new wife, Judy, is just a skit maker colleague, not a wife. But he told the whole nation, the whole world actually on the internet, I have taken a second wife and we now have a son. That was what Yule by himself advertised on Instagram. And that was what brought this whole story. And they are still in court. So I'm asking you now, if you were Daddy Free's wife, would you have waited for 10 years before you move on with your life? Or would you have, started dating while you were waiting for divorce? Let me know what you think in the comment section, because a lot of people are calling Daddy Freeze adultery, adultery, adultery. And the woman said, yes, I can wear that as a crown and I don't give 2 cents. And do I blame her? Not at all. Going through the same situation right now, speak up. Don't just wait because internet is not dragging you. You close your mouth and sit in your home. How has it been since you've been sitting at home? This is the time for you to also say, yeah, me too. It happened to me too. Benita, no, you're not the only one in this game. I've been in divorce now for 6 years, for 5 years, for 4 years, and nothing is moving, because it doesn't take anything to determine that. And when I mean it doesn't take anything, I'm seriously telling you guys, it shouldn't take that long for the court to grant a divorce. They are not trying to build bridges in Nigeria. They are not trying to save the economy. It's a matter of two people not agreeing anymore to continue to cohabit together as husband and wife. And they've come to court to seek for redress. If the marriage has broken down irretrievably, that's the condition for divorce in Nigeria. If the marriage has broken down irretrievably, then the court should grant a divorce. What is stopping the court? Do you think it's only Benita that is going through this? May Edochie is on it right now. The last time her lawyers were in court, they did not see Yule Edochie or the lawyers. The other one, the Yule Edochie's lawyers came, Yule was not there. So they keep adjourning these cases. And the adjournment sometimes 3 months further, and then you keep adjourning it. Before you know it, 1 year gone, 2 year delay tactics. They are using the process to age out a woman. By the time they feel no man is there to tell you hi because you're already 50, then they will be so eager. Let this divorce happen, let it happen. But the question is, how about the male? And is the divorce proceeding also slowing them down? No, it's not. I said yesterday that if you know, you know, Nigerian court system is so male because the judges, most judges in Nigeria are male, and most of them are into polygamy too. So they will look at it. Why are you going? Because you think the man he doesn't have. No, you should make your marriage work. That's the mentality in Nigeria. But if you really take census, or if anybody should do that research, go to the high court in Nigeria requesting for divorce document. By the way, they're public document. You will be able to see that most of those cases, they've been there for 5 years, they've been there for 10, they've been there for 6. And most times these women give up. They give up because you're paying money to lawyers for all those representation, and they end up not pursuing that. And at the same time, they end up still answering the man's name in as much as they are no longer living together. This is the time for people to start speaking up. I am very serious about this. I said it 3 years ago that you, Edochie, was going to pull up that delay tactics, the process of aging out a woman. I experienced this as a student lawyer and subsequently as a practicing lawyer in Nigeria. I experienced those. So now that is now in the open, let people start speaking up. I gave instances when I talked about this 3 years ago. I talked about it 2 years ago, and I was using May Edochie as a point of in my discussion as a case study. These divorce proceedings shouldn't take that long. It shouldn't. But the man will move on with his life, get along with another woman, have a new family, start procreating. Is working well for him. But the woman, you are on standstill. The last time May and her team went to court, what was the case? It was adjourned till September. I think September or August, because Yule did not appear in court. What do you think that is called? Intentionally delaying the process, intentionally aging out the woman. This Yule and May Edochie's case happened 3 years ago. Up till now, May is still at that spot. The only thing they got was restraining order, which is very easy to get. But May cannot move on with another man, assuming that someone comes tomorrow and sweeps her off her feet and meets every criteria that she's looking for in a man. She can still not move on because she's still legally binding with this man. So what say thou you? What do you think in this situation? The courts, the case is that the lawyer will come to court. My lord, my client just got in touch with me now that he is hospitalized. He can't be able to make the court, and I'm asking for adjournment. One of the reasons I said no, I don't think I'm enjoying practicing in Nigerian court is because of adjournment. The rate at which they adjourn cases is kind of alarming. That if you're not patient, you get frustrated. Hi, Nikki. Thank you for joining me today. Uju Talk Show, thank you for being here. Thank you guys for joining me. I hope your Sunday has been amazing. I scheduled this live stream an hour ago, but I was busy cooking, so I couldn't come at the time. And if you're meeting me, for those my silent watchers, please like this live stream for me as you come in, and also contribute in the comment section. I want to hear what you think. If you were in Daddy Freeze's wife's shoes, would you have waited for 10 years before you find love again? I want to hear your opinion. Now, May Edochie is the sweetheart of the internet. Everybody loved May. The estranged husband, because I can't say ex, the estranged husband is doing the same to May now. We are counting 2 years since she filed for divorce. Right? What say thou? Do you think if truly that May, she's a young woman, by the way, she's in her late 30s. She's still very young. If she finds love, she should wait for the courts before she does what I do. I want to hear your opinion in the comment section. Your network is bad. Always the case. Network with Nigeria. Mm. Oh, I've been talking for 28 minutes. All right. So, as far as I'm concerned, I don't blame Benita for moving on. And for the man himself, I want, if he's the one sponsoring this campaign, I wonder what he stands to gain, especially when his story does not sound good in Nigerian society. When I mean story, the reason for the divorce, different sexual orientation. She went further to explain that she caught the man red handed. That's what Daddy Freeze, the wife, explained. Red handed with her ex husband, with another male in her home. She said she was married for 10 years to that man. Out of that 10 years, they only met 11 times. 11 times. They never shared bedroom together as per husband and wife. It was never a thing. Even when she asked why, he said, no, you have to stay in your own space. She said she was just like a piece of furniture. Come, we'll make babies. Every holiday, you go spend the holiday with the children at Disneyland from one place. You look beautiful at events, gala nights, and everything. Just adore her with goals and everything you can think of. Rich woman's vibe. You come and he will be parading her among colleagues, among the dignitaries in an event. She did that for 10 years. She got married at 23. By the time she was leaving, she was 33. She said she has had enough. Enough is enough. That this is misery. That she couldn't continue living that lifestyle. That she has never known what it is for a woman to be married. Talk more of knowing what it is for your husband to love you. That wasn't the case for her. That the man was complete agege, and she doesn't do that. Then the question is, if you know you are an agege, why bring a woman to suffer? Because you want to satisfy the society? But for anyone thinking we are just saying this because we are content creators, these things are public document because they're in the court. Do this research. If you're really back home in Nigeria, go to high court and probably family court. Find out the divorce cases they have. Go court by court, find out. Just do a random search, maybe 50 cases. Go through those 50 cases and find that they've been in court for 6 years, 5 years, 4 years, 7 years, and things like that, even when there is nothing to contend. The one eyewitness was there was no contention of any kind. The lady has left the man's home. The Archbishop of Lagos intervened at that time. The one in their community, in their state, intervened. Nothing happened. They couldn't move on. The girl said she was done. She went and wrote jam because she did not go to school. She was very young when she came to marry the man. She went and wrote jam, passed jam, left because she was no longer in that relationship. Went to the university, graduated, 4-year course with ATSU strike 5. She graduated. Her case was still in court. If not for that judge, that they transferred the file to that judge because it's like somebody told them the other courts you've been going to, they've been delaying. Why not go to this judge? His cases are very, very, he's speedy with his cases. That was how Justice Oshodi, God will continue to bless him, rescue this woman. After that 2 weeks adjournment, they came back to court. What is still delaying this divorce case? The man said, same thing, I still love my wife. The judge said, listen, I've heard this over and over, and I've gone through your file. You have no reason whatsoever to keep this woman with that word, I still love my wife. She's no longer interested in this union. She has been on this divorce for 6 years, and I'm granting her divorce. Madam, you are officially divorced. Today, you're going to sign all the records and everything. That was how that woman was saved. Maybe it could have gotten to 10 years. And assuming that one young baba that had been waiting for her was not patient after 6 years, the guy would have left. This particular lady could not move on with that relationship simply because she is still in the eye of the law, legally married to that man. And how about the man? Was the man waiting for the woman? Definitely no. He was busy dating this person today, the next year, another person. He was solely engaged, but this woman was waiting. You see this process? I wish Benita, that's Daddy Free's wife, would give more voice to this. They shouldn't just be looking at the fact that they are calling them adulterous woman, adulterous man, da 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 da. The whole negativity is because of Daddy Free's personality. That's why he's rubbing off on this woman. Because Daddy Freeze has dragged a lot of pastors. Daddy Freeze has chased clout with a lot of people. And remember, during May Edochie's own, Daddy Freeze granted a lot of interview from Polo, the big Polo, the brand, whatever, music manager. I think that, I don't know his title. So I think music executive, something like that. From Paulo to Sarah Martins and all the people that came to talk about May Edochie's case on Daddy Free Show and every other person that the Freeze has talked about in the past. That is why people are there in the comment section fighting these people instead of them to look at it for what it is. This is not a case of adultery. I said it yesterday. I do not believe that thing they put on social media, and I will not believe it. And the reason why I did not believe it is because of my personal experience as a lawyer. I know that's the tactics, that's the system, that's the way they handle things. Some judges, if you're not lucky, will even tell you to go and find a way and make your marriage work, especially those that are into polygamy. When Benita shared her story, and she went on live yesterday explaining further that she was only doing this because of what? Because of the women that are on the wait list, waiting for their husbands to agree to grant them divorce. You can make a change. If you find love, go for it. Don't let anything slow you down. Don't. And another thing I would advise is this. If you feel your divorce case is being delayed for too long in a particular court, ask the court to transfer your case to another court you think the judge is very proactive. You can do that. You can request for your case to be transferred. Your opponent, the respondent, might not agree, that's your ex, because he already knows he has a hold on this judge. But let the women, let them speak up. This is not only Benita and Daddy Freeze. A lot of people have passed through this, and a lot of people are on the waiting list. And a lot of people, they are still thinking, May Edochie's case this year will make it 2 years. And I don't want to believe they've made any progress. This man will continue to come to court and ask the court to give them opportunity to reconcile while he has no intention of any kind of reconciliation. He has moved on with Judy. They are making babies, new set of children. But May will suffer it because you asked for the divorce. Come and get it now. I will so deal with you. We all know how Nigerian men think. When you file, it's easier for them when they file. But when you file, they're already mad. Why? Upon all the pleading, and you still went on to disobey me, to file for divorce. Why? Who gave you the right? Da. So if you're in that shoe, if you experience or you're experiencing what Benita went through, it's time for you to, lend your voice. Say something. And for anybody calling them adulterers, you're wasting your time. As far as I'm concerned, go tell that to the court to do the right thing. There is no way in a sound legal system that a divorce case will last for 10 years. There is no way. In any sound legal system, maximum it should be 2 years. And the 2 years is because there are things you guys are contending with. Not when you don't have any reason. You don't want to. Some women will even say, I don't want anything from this man. I just want to have my peace of mind. I want to leave. The man will still come to court. That's the one that, breaks my heart so deeply. They will come to court. The only reason why they are not divorcing yet, I still love my wife, Your Honor. That's what they will tell the judge. But deep down, the moment I saw it firsthand, this man was pleading in court. Begging is a big time businessman in Lagos that time, one Igbo trader. But he was a rich man. Pleading in court, my honor, I still love my wife. I still love my wife. Can you, the court, grant us time to reconcile? You will believe him the way he was talking. Then we start looking at the woman, fine girl, no pimple. Looking at her, why is this man not granting this? But when you open their file, if you read their case of 6 years, you will feel so sorry for this woman. Imagine somebody that wrote JAMB when she was narrating her story, because they got that file transferred to the new court where we were all as law students. So she started narrating her story to this new judge. I have filed for divorce before I went to buy JAMB form, because I was married at 18 and I had 4 children for this man. Now, my honor, I started school. I passed the JAMB, which is 1 year, went to school and did a 4-year course plus ASU strike. That is 5 years in the university. And this divorce is still pending. Nothing. And I've been in court every hearing, because they will exhaust you financially, emotionally, and otherwise. My Lord, I've been in court every hearing, and this man has continued to say one thing: I still love my wife. My Lord, he hasn't spoken to me in 2 years, in 1 year, in 6 months. That is a man telling the court, I still love my wife. And my Lord, we have gone to the east. She mentioned her state. We have met with the Archbishop of our diocese. They decided this case. They told this man to let me go. The one in Lagos did the same. Let this woman go. Let her, set her free. Why are you still holding the woman? That even when they now took the case, the Archbishop of their village now directed them to see the one in Lagos. That one looked at the whole letter and conversation with her. You mean you brought this because he has been? Why is this man not granting the divorce? No reason. I still love my wife. Just like you, Edochie, is playing out now. And if tomorrow, let's assume that May Edochie is still interested in getting into another relationship, people will come and call her adulteress, right? Now, thunder, we go fire that person. Is still warming up from Ijebu. That thunder is still doing warm up. Because, and people are not seeing these things for what it is. This is the time for people that have gone through this, that are into it, that are on the waiting list, waiting for court to grant them, move on, lady, the marriage has been dissolved. They should learn their voices. Benita, that the freeze wife, is not the only one that have experienced this. A lot of people. Let them learn their voices and speak up. It could bring great reforms. When I mean, you will see some magical things doing great change. When I mean great change, sincerely, it could bring powerful change that when you go to the court system, if you file for divorce, in 6 months, you're getting divorced. In 3 months, you're getting divorced. Within 1 year, you're finalized. It shouldn't take that long. It shouldn't take more than 2 years maximum if they are contesting for maybe properties and things like that. But no, people are just there with the easy one, calling people out, cursing them out. And what benefit would that do to their community? None. What will it do to the society? None. What brings change is when people gather together and speak in one voice. That's when you see changes made. We saw what happened in Kenya. It took the Gen Zs of Kenya to make drastic change that is going to benefit every citizen. To the point that the president of Kenya did what? dismantle his executive. They are now going to do new appointment with people with vision, people that can, carry out as governmental organizations and parastatals perfectly. No longer like semo, semo. Is that it doesn't concern me? I beg, Jared, all these rich people. No, it might concern you down the line. So I would say for anybody calling Daddy Freeze and the wife adulterous should think again. I want to hear what you guys think. If you're coming to watch this video later, let me know what you think in the comment section. Hi, Isaac. My kids are back into the house, so I'll be rounding up very quickly. So, guys, as you come in to watch this video, let me know what you think in the comment section. I don't want to stay too long, but I want to hear your opinion. Do you think a woman should continue to wait for the court before she moves on with her life? Or do you think that they truly committed adultery? And mind you, this woman moved out from her husband's place and they've been separated for 2 years before she even filed for a divorce. And to think about it, the way they disparage women, especially in Nigeria, is very demeaning. This man was sharing her experience yesterday in her live stream, saying a son that was handling the case for her ex-husband called her names. Guys, these children. Hi, Isaac Banky. Thank you for joining today. Thank you, thank you. Thanks for tagging me. Oh, I appreciate you. Happy Sunday, ma. Happy Sunday to you too. All right. So let me know what you think in the comment section when you come to watch this video. Leave me your comments in the comment section. Are you of the opinion that Daddy Freeze actually committed adultery? Are you of the opinion that the wife is also an adulteress? Let me know what you think in the comment section. And for my take, I've always known that this is an opportunity for them to delay the woman, age her out, and then no man will be able to come and say, I love you, talk more of marrying them. That's one thing I know. Unless if anything change. Or maybe it's not gonna change. Or maybe it could change. And it can only change when we start lending our voices. So think about it. If you think Daddy Freeze committed the offense, fine. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Because it might happen to the next person. May Edochie's case is still very much there. It's still very much there. Has she been granted divorce? No. Are they in court? Yes. What is going on? Adjournment, adjournment, adjournment. Just the way they've been doing it. There is nothing different from what it has been many years ago. So don't think because it does not concern me, I'm not going to talk about it. So I will tell Benita, Daddy Free's wife, if they call them, you wear it like a crown. Because you know what? For you, the best thing is for you to live, to be alive, to raise those your children. Don't give that excuse that the court is delaying. For that reason, you go back there. You might not be lucky to leave. So when you got the opportunity, take it and then leave. Hi, Treasure G's. Thank you for joining me today. What's Treasure talking about? That story and law is pathetic. Imagine after 11 years. So they want her to keep waiting for the law before she could move on, eventually age that. Exactly. That's the plan. Remember, I said it 3 years ago when May and May Edochie were happening. And I think I still said it when May court documents, was shared online that you was avoiding service. I've been talking about this every opportunity I get. I talk about it. It is the tactics. It is the process. The court in Nigeria is so male. There is nothing female about the. The irony of the whole thing is that the court, the legal symbol, is a woman carrying justice scale. A woman, but there is nothing female about Nigerian courts. Some judges will even tell you, madam, I'm giving you guys time to go and think about it again. Maybe you guys can work it. It's none of your business. It's no longer working, it's no longer working. What does the law say? When a marriage is irretrievably broken down, grant a divorce. Irretrievably broken down. And that is the grounds for divorce in Nigeria. Irretrievably broken down. In this case, this woman married for 10 years and only had relationship with her husband 11 times. 11 times. For all those people teaching how to carry well on the internet, come on in here and tell me if that was a healthy relationship. All of them teaching how to carry well. You should carry well 5 times a day. You should carry well 20 times. Some will even tell you it helps a man. I think Charlie Boy was the one doing campaign for prostate cancer. And he said, if you really love your husband, do it every day with your husband. It helps prevent prostate cancer. And then somebody married for 10 years only had access to that 11 times. And you tell me that man is as straight as a ruler? The woman said the man is Gabriella, or a gay, whatever it is. Then why use her to cover up, to make yourself look good in the society by punishing somebody's child? If that were to happen to this man's children, how will he react? And to think of it, they got 3 daughters in that relationship. So would this man be happy if someone else, maybe a son-in-law of his tomorrow, doing the same to his own daughter this time, not another person's daughter? Will he tell the daughter, look her on the face and say, continue with that kind of relationship? Not every woman can be in that kind of relationship. There are people with conscience. There are people that believe that marriage is for enjoyment, not for suffering or for management. No. There are people who believe in the sanctity of marriage. Not most people that are into this kind of situation, and nobody's complaining because the man is doing his thing, the woman is doing his thing, and there is no quarrel. But not everybody see marriage like that. Some people see marriage as sacred. Me and my husband. So where do you find your place? How do you see marriage? Do you think that Benita, that the free's wife, should have continued in a marriage like that? Or do you think she did herself some good by leaving the marriage? Let me know what you think in the comment section. Julie, thank you for joining today. So, host, I want to ask. Okay, ask, my darling, ask. Host, not only the courts, but Nigeria as a whole is against the woman. Of course. Nigeria is so male. The water is so chilled. Treasure, my question is, will May Edochie get such judgment from you? Of course, May can. That's mandatory because she did not sue for bigamy, which I will associate it to her being kind. She doesn't want to punish the father of her children because that one is how many oh my goodness, how many years again? I can't even remember how many years. I've said it before. I can't remember right now. The sentencing for that, the punishment, is actually years imprisonment. I'm not sure. It's not less than 7 years imprisonment for bigamy. So what May sued was for adultery. And that is the case with Daddy Freeze. May sued for adultery. That while they were in the marriage, which May's case can be proven 10 times over. So if the judge deciding the case is a good person, he should grant that judgment to the fullest of it. 100 million, 100 million. That's what May was asking. Fullest of it. Because there is evidence to show that this man, Yule, has been committing adultery. Yule, on his part, said in his own court document that he was not married to Judy, that they were just skit makers. So I really pray. Why am I saying I want them to grant the 100 million? So next time, no other person will take a woman for granted. At least, especially the way this guy handled it. Came on social media, dragged this woman and dragged her by her wig as if she can't do anything. What will she do now? After all, is a girl I know. So I really wish that the court will grant May the 100 million sought for. We have 2 children now counting from that relationship. Don't forget. We have the evidence that he came on social media and announced to all of us that he has married a second wife. Judy Austin tagged her. And also they welcome a son, Star DK May Edochie. What is there to prove again? I said it before, May's case is a slam dunk. It's very easy to prove because the informations are everywhere. Did he delete all of those? Yes. But do people have it? Yeah. I still have those in my archives. If I will go through my archive, I'll pull it up. So I think the court will do, the right thing, not just doing good by me, do the right thing and grant that request in full. At the time they were married, my husband was seeing this woman. And at the time they were married, they made 2 babies. What else do you know? And he even admitted to his fans and followers that he has were married a second wife. What else? What is there to prove anymore? His own writing, his own page, his own Instagram handle. He made the case very easy because he wasn't thinking. He thought he was chasing clout, making money from it. But the consequences that comes from social media breaking news is huge. If you doubt it, go ask Mr. Kora Obidi how the mountains are falling. If you have this kind of situation, personal problems, take them inside. Sort your problem and let the people hear the news later. Look at Paul Okoye of P Square. Paul Okoye is no longer married to his first wife. The only way we knew was what? Somebody got hold of the court document and put it on social media. Because the woman was asking for $20,000 for monthly child support, Daddy Freeze carried it upon his head that time. It was the latest news. All bloggers carried it. That was the only reason why we heard it. When they separated, we did not know. People, it was just all rumor. Yeah, he got this one pregnant. He did this. Nobody could prove anything tangible. That is how to deal with the internet, especially when you're a public person. You don't come and say things yourself. Giving people the weapon to run with, the evidence to run with. That was what May Edochie did. He admitted he was married. He married a second wife. He publicized that. He made it a public record. And again, he welcomed 2 children in the course of their marriage with May. So there wouldn't be much different to establish those facts. It wouldn't be a difficult thing. So what am I saying in essence? I know Benita is not the first person that have gone through that or going through that. I've known a woman that tried to return her bride price for years. Bride price only. Her family got tired of, requesting these people for them to come. They want to go with, when are we going to meet anybody in the house? Should we come today? They will move the story to another day. Oh, nobody's in the compound. Oh, you meet anybody. 5 years just to right price. What they now did, the moment they were advised to go to the court, that was how they went to the court, paid the bride price to the court, handed it over to the customary court, and that was how this woman became free. When you see people walking around, you don't know what they are going through. And for that woman that had been waiting for 5 years to file for, to return a bride price, do you think age is waiting for her until she returns it? Age is not waiting for her. It's not at all. Age is not. Give me 1 second. All right. Age is not waiting for her. So anybody that is experiencing this, this is the time for you to speak up. Don't just say it because I don't want to join Daddy Free's case, so let him carry his cross. Let me carry mine. If you keep quiet, it's up to you. So if you really ask me, there was no relationship anymore with that woman and the man. They have been far, 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 far separated. The only thing is that they were using the courts to punish her. And you know, Nigeria, if you're rich, a lot of things will work in your favor. If you're the big shot and you're the likes of the judges and sons are your friends, you have an upper edge. But what is the position of the law? The position of the law says that if marriage has broken down irretrievably, grant a divorce. Don't sugarcoat it. Don't pretend. And I wonder, I still don't want to believe that is this man that is dragging, sponsoring this campaign. No. The reason why being referred to an agege in Nigeria is not something any man in Nigeria will want to be associated with or even referred to, because the country, Nigeria, is completely against it. And they have, was it 13 years imprisonment if you're caught doing that? And this woman claims she walked into them, not once. So I don't want to believe that he still wants to be dragged. So I want to believe it could just be, will I say, a very exuberant writer in Punch that said, no, this will make a good headline. And did he make a headline? Yes, after all, we are talking about it. So that the Freeze is going to be the first person. Sorry, guys, let's see. Who is this person? Wow. I just got invitation. I don't know. Are you going for this graduation? I don't even know the people. Sorry, guys. Okay, sorry about that. I needed to respond to that, okay? Because they want to know if I'm in for that. Oh, I would have loved to, but I don't know them. Maybe I'll know the parents. I don't know. Anyways, sorry about the interruption, guys. So if you have more questions to throw the question in the comment section. Let me see how I can answer them as best as with in my possible best. Today is not just my day, I think. So let me stop being distracted. Let me focus. So if you have any questions to ask me in that regard, please ask me in the comment section. I will try my possible best to answer those questions. That's what I wanted to say before I start saying other things. So if you think Benita is committed adultery, fine. If that works for you, fine. If you think the court should do better, this is opportunity to say they should do better. They should do better. Change is good. Sincerely, it is good. Because if this happened to me when I was a law student over 21 years ago, it is still happening. Think again. Think again. That means there is no change close by. There is no change close by. So, guys, I just wanted us to touch base on that. So, the only reason why Daddy Freeze is being charged for adultery is because the courts, delayed the divorce process, and she got into a relationship with this lady that has a divorce case in court. And yeah. So if I were in Benita's shoe, what I would do, first of all, is to make sure my family returns the bride price. Once my family returns the bride price, fine. If I find love, I go. Especially when that thing happened to her, she was 33. The same age, the Sharon that just got married, that's her age, 33. Young and vibrant. So let women not be discouraged. You can still find love. For the fact that you have 4 children, 3 children, and a man is telling her, where can she go? She can't do anywhere. No. Someone who will cherish you, who will love you, who will appreciate you, who will respect you, will find you. Trust me, that person will. And I think it's high time they stop using the divorce proceeding to discourage women from divorce. It's not the right thing. The law says if a marriage has broken down irretrievably, grant a divorce. And that's where I stand. There is no point forcing things that can never go together to go together. There is no point. What they're okay, what they did to Benita and Daddy Freeze, they are still doing to a lot of people. May Edochie's case is still pending right now. She has filed, this is the second year. She filed last year, this will be last 2 years. This will be the second year, and nothing has been determined. So don't think it's just Daddy Freeze a thing. No, it's not just that the freeze thing. The moment this lady was out of that relationship, she filed for divorce long before she met Daddy Freeze. The man is just what I call a bitter, bitter ex that has refused to let go of that woman that gave him honor in the society, that made him, that covered all his, all his, you guys already know, nobody knew what this guy was into. So he's still very bitter that this woman left. And she had the guts to come and expose him, expose everything that went into their marriage. Go look for that interview. I told you guys to look for it yesterday. That is it. So, bitter exes, watch them, watch out for them. They will come for you with everything they know. Look at what is happening to Cora Obidi. The court has granted divorce. Every day, this guy is mounting camera, ring light, talking about Cora. Let that not happen to you or somebody you know, because it's not an easy thing. It's very draining mentally, emotionally, and otherwise. Let that not happen to you. So, guys, I want to say thank you guys for joining me. I didn't even know I was going to get to 1 hour live stream. Thank you immensely for joining me today. Catch me tomorrow if you can. I'll be discussing my usual tomorrow. And yeah, I might not have live stream this Thursday and Friday because I'm in conference. So, and I'm actually traveling. So, if I happen to have some time, maybe after my conference, I might come live in the evening as usual. So it all depends how it goes. But be sure that I'm going to travel with my tripod at least to be able to, connect back with you guys this week. But if you haven't watched my previous live stream, binge. This is weekend. Binge on and catch up with the story about Cora Obidi and also other new topic I started developing here. I'm developing new topic. That the freeze case is one of my new topics, and we'll be talking about it from different angles, how you relate to women, how you relate to men, just like we gathered today to talk about this particular topic. So let me know if there is anything of your interest you want us to discuss on a live stream. Leave that for me in the comment section. Let's develop the case and let's see how we can lend our voices. Until I see you guys in my next live stream tomorrow, okay? Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Let me go eat my delicious meal. And also, I'm expecting some guests in the next 10 minutes. So I need to start rounding up. Until I see you guys in my next live stream, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, all of you. Dorcas, thank you for joining me. One of us here, Dorcas, please. I don't know who, I can't remember the person that sent me the May and the inbox. I don't know if he was on Facebook. So I'm trying to reach out to the person, one of us here. I think her father passed or something like that. And I think she said it's August. I'm trying to see how I can reconnect with that person. I don't know where she said, I can't remember where she sent me the message. So that's my struggle. I've been looking on my Okay, Dorcas. Yes, I found it now. I just said, let me try Dorcas. So, Dorcas, yes, I will be getting in touch with you this week, okay? And I hope everything is going well with you and your family. As I said before, yes, I'm the one. Okay. I will get in touch with you this week, okay? And I wish you guys all the best. My condolences to all of you and your family, and may God comfort you guys for this great loss, okay? Um, do I have any other things to say? Hi, Barbara. I'm already rounding up. I'm expecting guests in 10 minutes. I'm expecting guests to tell me. So thank you guys immensely for joining me today. If you're meeting me for the first time, my name still remains Oyoyo. Thank you guys for being here. Don't forget to like my video. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel on YouTube if you're yet to do so. And if you're following me, if you're not following me on Facebook, don't forget to follow me as well on Facebook. Okay? Until I see you guys in my next live stream, stay well, be well, and take good care of yourself. And then, if you have some bitter exes, watch out when they are trying to pull some stunts against you. So, watch out and take good care of yourself. Bye, everybody.